you feeling the energy? It is profound. I'm so excited to be here tonight and share with you an astrological update based totally on this eclipse and how it's affecting all of us, things that we can sort of look forwards to, things we can kind of realize are happening because of this eclipse. And so I'm really curious, please comment below. How are you doing out there? What is coming up for you? What are you experiencing? This new moon eclipse happening tomorrow, April 19th at 6:36 p.m. Oh my gosh, that's exactly 24 hours from just right this moment, is going to be in the True the Stars 13 sign astrology sign of Pisces. True the Stars simply means it's based on the constellations. It's true to the sky. It's the most accurate astrological system I've ever found working with clients. And so wherever you have 40 degrees of Pisces and 37 degrees of Pisces, where the sun and moon will be at tomorrow, and this new moon energy coming together, that is where this eclipse energy will be affecting you. And the potency and power of the eclipse is said to last for 6 months. So wherever, whatever arena or area this is going to be affecting you, that is where in your life it will be affecting you. So I'm going to be offering a free 15-minute consult just to tell you, hey, it's going to be affecting you in this arena of your life. If you would like to sign up, please message me or comment below, and I'm happy to get you a free session just to see how this eclipse is going to be affecting you, what area of your life. Very powerful. Eclipses, again, stand for reset, transformation, new energy, and release. So much release. And I'm going to go deeper into why this particular eclipse is so much about release as well as new beginnings. So hold on to your hats. We got a lot to cover. This is powerful energy. We're going to unpack it. We're going to reveal how things might be affecting you, things to look forward to, things to be prepared for. And I'm just going to go ahead and share screen. My name is Lotus Dawn. My business, my company is Blossom with Lotus, and I am in the business of assisting you through the guidance of the stars to tune into your true purpose, your soul, why you are here, and then through energy work, intention, and clearing, release the blocks to living that purpose, embodying it, bringing it from the stars down to the earth. So like, subscribe, follow my channel to learn all about the updates I'm going to be sharing about the True the Star system, what the planets are doing this year, why things are so intense, so powerful right now. So really excited to share more with you. Sit back, relax, let's get into it. Let's see what is going on with this eclipse coming up in Pisces, such a powerful energy to 2023, the first solar eclipse of the year, happening April 19th at 6:36 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it literally was just 6:36 p.m. So there are no accidents. We all must be in the right place at the right time. This is the first eclipse of the year. There are 4 eclipses per year. We just are having our first one. We'll have our second eclipse. It will be a lunar eclipse on May 5th. So hang tight to hear all about what that is going to be bringing up for all of us. So tonight we're going to cover, or today, depending on where you are when you're watching this, what is happening astrologically in April, what's up with the eclipses, what other magic, there's some big magic coming our way, and where and how will this eclipse be affecting us personally. Okay, as well as I'll share some offerings that I have coming up that you might be interested in. This beautiful spring energy. It's so beautiful out. I was listening outside to some birds sing, and I swear it was saying, pretty bird, pretty bird, pretty bird. I was like, wow, this is beautiful. So we have a solar eclipse coming up tomorrow. Maybe it'll be later when you get to this video. Solar eclipses or lunar eclipses happen. So the solar eclipse always happens on a new moon. And there are 2 solar eclipses per year. There also are 2 lunar eclipses per year, and lunar eclipses happen on the full moon. Solar eclipses at the new moon typically signify new beginnings, right? The new moon time. It's a time of, for thousands of years at the new moon, farmers and planters and people out in nature have noted that it's a great time to plant seeds when the moon is new, especially root crops. So they always plant root vegetables like carrots and potatoes right before the new moon. So it's an excellent time, the new moon, to set intentions for the big things in your life, right? When you want to create something new, you want to build a new structure, a new foundation, a new root system. Right before the new moon is a great time to really come into tune to yourself and get in touch with what it is you want to create around your structure. So right now we're approaching the solar eclipse at the new moon. It's an excellent time to get in touch with what you want to create in your life that is going to be coming to fruition in the next 6 months. So typically, when I guide people to do intention setting at the new moon time, I say that it will come to fruition at the full moon, and that's 2 weeks. But when we have a solar eclipse, the effects of this eclipse is going to be 6 months. So it's a much bigger intention setting party, let's say, because you're going to get to set some much bigger intentions that are going to serve you and your life so much more deeply for the next 6 months. So this is a big visioning time. And combined with that, the sun and the moon are going to be in Pisces, actually in the constellation of Pisces for this eclipse. And so that Pisces is the sign of the dream world. It's the sign of imagination. It's the sign of fantasy. It is such an amazing sign for meditation, for spirituality, for getting in touch with our vision, our inner vision, what it is we are creating. I often liken Pisces to the womb, the cosmic womb of creation, and compare it actually to the time that we are in the womb in our mama's belly. In that time, we live in a sea of water and we're flowing, we're floating. And there isn't as much external pressure. We don't have to make lists or pay bills. It's an internal time. And I liken Aries to the birth process, right? That fiery thrust of new life being born, being created, brought forth, coming into action. And so with the eclipse being at the very end of Pisces, so it's not just in Pisces, which is like the birth, the womb before birth, but it's the end of Pisces. So we're right at the end of the pregnancy, let's say. We're at the end of our visioning. We're getting ready to give birth to what it is we wish to create. And this is when the eclipse is happening. So my intuitive sense is that the next 6 months is really a process of the final birthing and the final months of gestation. So if you have a vision in your heart that you've been really working on, the next 6 months is going to be this amazing time to finish that creation and finally give birth to it October 14th. You have 6 months to finish up. There was something you were creating. It's still in the womb. It's still unmanifest. And now these next 6 months, the final phases of gestation before the birth. So it is a new beginning, but I feel like we're all finishing something because it's in the end of Pisces. And so it's at the end, which means we haven't quite completed it yet. We're almost there. We're so close. And that can be part of the challenge with this energy is we're so ready to give birth. If you're a mom out there, how many of you, when you were pregnant and you're at the very end of your pregnancy, were like, I'm ready to give birth now. I'm ready. Like it's time. But you still weren't giving birth, right? And we're, I think, collectively in that energy of just on the precipice of giving birth, just about to give birth. We're not quite there yet. So take the next 6 months, take your vision that you're gestating, put your heart and soul into just making it stronger and wiser and more beautiful. And in 6 months, it is coming through. That I tell you with conviction. So that said, I just want to point out that in Western astrology, I know everyone out there is saying, okay, What are you talking about, Lotus? We've heard this eclipse is going to be in Aries. Well, I want to compare for you Western tropical astrology and true to the stars sidereal astrology. So Western tropical astrology is symbolized by this circle inside here. And they say that on March 21st, the sun goes into Aries. Well, if you had a telescope or if you wanted to look up at the sky and say, well, is the sun really transiting through the constellation of Pisces, or I'm sorry, Aries at this time? You looked up. Well, no, actually, the sun would be transiting in Pisces, the intuitive water sign that is not the new beginning yet. Aries is always the new beginning. So you want to follow what's accurate and true. Just look at the stars, get Star Walk 2, get Stellarium, and it will show you what signs, what constellations the planets are actually in. And that is the information that I share in all of my updates and all of my astrology readings. If you want to book a private reading, I only use what is true to the stars, accurate to the moment you were born, what was actually in the sky at that moment in time. And it is so powerful, so powerful. And you can just see this comparison, right? When they say the sun is in Aries, we're still in Pisces. When they say the sun is in Taurus, we're still in Aries. When they say the sun is in Gemini, we're still in Taurus. When they say the sun is in Cancer, we're still in Gemini. So it's about one whole sign degree ahead of where the stars actually are. Pretty wild. So this is a chart for the solar eclipse happening on April 19th, 2023. I just want to first point out, I put all of the signs that are in water in blue, all of the signs in fire in red, all the signs in Taurus or Earth in green, air purple. So I guess Virgo should be green. We have a lot of water, right? And if you come over here, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 planets in water here, or I'm sorry, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4 in fire. So we have a lot of fire and water happening. The sun and moon are conjunct in Pisces. So that's the intuitive, the imagination, the realm of the fantasy world. So they've predicted, and then we have Jupiter, and Jupiter is the biggest energy of the sky. It's the biggest planet. They often say Jupiter can represent world leaders, it can represent spiritual teachers, it can represent people with big energy. So when the sun and moon and Jupiter all coming together at the eclipse, the sun representing soul, the moon representing emotion, Jupiter representing the teacher, the guide, the spiritual teacher. I truly sense that we're in for a very deep awakening this year. Our soul and our emotions are meant to come together in a spiritual way. And it's all happening in Pisces. And this, in astrology, this time of year is like the beginning of the year, right? We're starting to get into that peak energy of light and energy. And it's like life force is high right now. And so this year, to me, overall, if I were to look at many other disciplines from numerology to Chinese astrology to astrology, the stars, all of it is pointing to this powerful energy of the soul and the spirit. And why do I say this? Because this year is a 7 numerologically. A 7 is all about the spirit. It's all about intuition. It's all about emotion. It's ruled by the planet Neptune, which is related to the god of the sea. What is the ocean? It's the intuition. It's the feeling. It's the waves of sensation. Yeah. And then if we want to go a step further, this year in Chinese astrology is the year of the water rabbit. And if you were to compare, well, what is the rabbit in astrology? The rabbit is actually the sign of Pisces. So we have the year number relating to Pisces. We have the Chinese astrology ratings relating to the sign Pisces. And then we have one of the biggest, most powerful moments of the whole year, the sun, moon, and Jupiter coming together at the solar eclipse on April 19th in Pisces. So we're being asked, so what the frick is Pisces, right? If it's such a big focus of the year. Well, in the zodiac, Pisces is the final sign. It's the last sign. So Aries is always the first sign, the beginning. Pisces is always the end. It's the completion. It's the return back to source. It's what part of the body does it rule? It rules the feet. It's how we walk on this earth. You know, it's really funny. I have to share this because I just had someone actually messaged me on Instagram offering me $1,000 to take a picture of my feet. And they said they have a foot fetish. I'm not doing this, but how bizarre that they would message me this right at the peak of the sun and moon conjunction and Jupiter. How bizarre, right? How bizarre. Those feet, right, are emphasized. So feet issues could be coming up right now when the sun, the moon, and Jupiter, as well as Chiron, are all in Pisces. Pisces is water. Pisces is emotion, spirituality. It also rules film. So if you like to make movies, if you're learning how to make movies, if you've never made a movie, this is an amazing time, the next 6 months, to create some film, to create something from your imagination, if you're a writer, to create art, if you're a creator, music, all things that are sort of otherworldly. And what is an artist or musician? They tune in and they capture energy from the other realms and they allow it to come through and out into the world. So if you think of Pisces, you could think of the musical notes. You could think about watercolor or paints and the different colors. There's so much around creativity, spirituality, getting back in touch with our flow of expression of who we are, right? And combined with this, we have this whole year, we just had Moon conjunct Saturn in Aquarius. Well, what is that all about? Well, Aquarius is the new age. So at the same time, we have the sun and moon and Jupiter all in Pisces, which is imagination and fantasy and dreaming. We have so much stuff about AI, and AI is technology, it's the internet, it's the web. And we've got Aquarius in Saturn this whole year. Saturn is structure, it's limits, it's boundaries, it's law, it's restriction, it's discipline. When I think of Saturn, I think of the old school structure of business, of government, right? It's heavy, it's earth, it's strong, it lasts the test of time. It can relate to the past, it can relate to old things, seriousness, the bones. And when it's in Aquarius, Aquarius is the sign of the new age. It's the sign of new age music, new age technology. The internet is related to Aquarius. Everything that we can connect to that is new technology, new ideas, new visions. So we've got Aquarius all about the future and Saturn all about the past coming together all year. That means advances in business. That means if you have a spiritual soul-based business that's focused on bringing new age ideas or healing to the planet, guess what? You are going to be so successful this year. You are going to finally build the structures. You're going to build your internet, you're going to build your website, and you're going to finally be able to get yourself out into the world because you're being called. You're being called to come into service to assist the masses, okay? Because Aquarius is about the masses. It's about the collective. Look at this picture, the collective, all of us coming together as the brothers and sisters of humanity, uniting, creating circles of connection, uplifting and supporting each other. So if you have a vision to help the planet, to help other people, this is such a great year for it. You're just being called into action. So take the call, listen, build your website. Build your website. If you have a creative idea, if you're an intuitive, if you are an artist, this is such a good year to get out there to finally build the internet structure you need to share yourself with the world. And I actually have found one of the best website builders that I've used to create my own website. And I love it. It gives you like amazing access to just infinite ability to create your web pages. Reach out, message me. I'm happy to share you a link about how to sign up for that. It's been so helpful for me to build my business. If you want to check out my website and see what I've built on it, you can go to blossomwithlotus.com and check it out. But it's all about building our websites, building our internet presence, getting out on social media, getting out on YouTube, building a business. This is such a great year for it. And then, wow, on the eclipse, we have the sun and moon in water and Jupiter, which is good luck and fortune. Jupiter is the planet of benevolence and of blessings. I always call it the cosmic Santa Claus of creation. And we have it in Pisces, which is mercy and compassion and love and beneficence. There should be a sense of overall compassion and love towards others right now. Like you care, you feel, your emotions are highlighted. And at the same token, the same day, we have the sun and the moon and Jupiter coming together in Pisces. We're also going to have the North Node, which is the cosmic karmic destiny point for all of us collectively in the sign of Aries. Aries being all about action, fire. It does not start on March 21st. It starts on April 21st. It's ruled by the planet Mars. People who are Aries tend to be fearless. They tend to be really connected to their personal power and their truth. And it is happening that the North Node of our destiny, the collective destiny of the planet, is conjunct an asteroid called Vesta. What is Vesta? Vesta is the inner flame. It relates to the solar plexus. It's the third vortex of energy that relates to our center, our self. It prioritizes discipline, keeping your word to yourself, keeping it to others, the focus and drive harnessed from within. It is our devotion and action for building the flames and the fire of our identity and our truth. I always envision the image of a priestess or a goddess in an ancient temple, tending the heart flame of devotion to God, to source. In our case, it could be to our purpose, and it's conjunct the North Node. So we are going to see this year such a profound, powerful connection in people around independence, individuality, freedom, and purpose. Like if you've been working a job and you can't stand it, this North Node conjunct Vesta is going to push you out of it because you're going to be so driven in your heart and your soul to finally take action, because Aries is taking action on your vision and on your purpose, because you're going to feel so much devotion to your own heart, so much devotion to what you want to create, that you are going to take the action you need to take to move forwards towards that vision. So at the same time that we have all this dreamy, watery, gentle, intuitive energy with the sun and moon and Jupiter in Pisces, we also have this powerful, focused, fiery energy happening on the eclipse of Vesta, the goddess of devotion to our purpose, conjunct the North Node of destiny. We're being driven towards our highest self, towards who we really are. Aries says, I am individual. I am purpose. I am here to create the life of my dreams. Aries is always active, taking action, moving forwards. And we have the sun, the planet of the soul, right after the eclipse. So we have the last, finally intense water, powerful water energy of the eclipse on April 19th. Kind of like the shedding of the tears, the last shedding of the tears of what feels like to me like the last 3 years. The endings and the release of all this old stuff. And then we have the energizing sun into Aries, ruled by Mars, the banana, the activation, the energy to move external. So if you've been like, man, I thought Aries started March 21st, I was ready to take action. I was ready to go out there. I was ready to ride that wave of fiery spring energy. But instead, you found yourself sitting at home wanting to daydream and watch movies and rest and nap. Those are all Piscean energies. And the sun has been in Pisces since March 10th. So we're finally moving. We had 5 or 6 planets in Pisces over the last month. I just said, you know what? It's dreamy time. It is so dreamy. Take naps, vision what you want to create, give yourself a rest. Don't worry so much about taking that physical external action. We're going to be fighting against the natural flow. But come April 21st, April 22nd, that sun is going to be shining in the constellation of Aries that rules the root chakra. It's connected to being dynamic, freedom-loving, spontaneous, adventurous. You're able to take initiative. You inspire others. You have childlike enthusiasm. On the negative side, and it rules the head, right? So that's where the term hot head. Aries always have hot heads. They're impulsive. So the challenging side of Aries, of course, is trying to go too fast, being demanding, being too independent, too self-centered. Everything has its positive and negatives, right? So we're moving from the part of the body the sun rules, Pisces ruling the feet, to the part of the body that Aries rules, which is the head. So notice if you have different symptomology, if you have different challenges, you're going to have the challenge of maybe getting too hot with the sun in Aries. So be careful of the heat as the sun moves into Aries. Before you might have been too cold or too wet, but now things are going to dry up and there's going to be more fire. So that's something to watch out for. And then April 21st, Mercury stations retrograde, which means it will prepare to go retrograde on the 22nd. Are you kidding me? So we're going from a solar eclipse on Wednesday to Mercury retrograde on Friday. What does that mean? Well, typically in astrology, they say that when Mercury is retrograde, we want to rest more. We want to go through our old files. We want to release things that we no longer serve us. They also say it's not the best time for travel. So May 15th is when Mercury will go direct again. So after that is a much better time for traveling or making big decisions or signing any contracts. But between April 21st and May 15th, it's a really good time to just go back and reassess the things you have not completed yet. Wherever you have 14 degrees of Aries is where this planet will be affecting you the most. So depending on your rising or your ascendant sign is where that Mercury retrograde will be affecting and where you will be wanting to do the most catch up, redo, reassess. It's a good time to rejuvenate, regenerate, reactivate. Things from the past can come up for you to clear, for you to heal. I just take a moment to be like, wow, we have this eclipse in the end of Pisces, which is about kind of the end before the new beginning. And then we have the Mercury retrograde. Everyone just take a deep breath in and out, right? It just feels like, wow. So, and Jupiter is nearing the end of Pisces. And as it gets to the end, in Vedic astrology, they say it can resemble feeling like you're drowning or that you're lost. It's like you're at sea, especially in a water sign. So if you're feeling overwhelmed in your life right now, we have an eclipse at this point that's near that feeling of being just swamped with stuff. It's like hard to find our center point. So as soon as I learned this, I actually felt a lot of peace because I was like, yeah, I am kind of feeling like overwhelmed. And I am feeling a little bit at sea, lost at sea with life and purpose and all of that. So if you're feeling that, you're not alone, first of all. And secondly, there are other things we can focus on to stabilize. And know that as we pass the eclipse, that energy of being lost at sea and the sun moving into Aries will release. And that fire will come in and dry up all that extra water. And you'll be able to find your direction and your purpose again. Well, luckily, we have the planet Venus in sign of Taurus. And Venus actually rules the sign Taurus. It's the planet associated with that sign. And the imagery I always have of Taurus is of a lush, green, fertile river valley. And so Venus is all about beauty. It's all about our finances. It's all about luxury and sensuality and really enjoying the good things that life has to offer. So with Venus in Taurus, it's just this powerful time to reconnect to the earth, to the flowers, to your garden. Go out and go outside, put your hands on the dirt, put your feet on the dirt, plant something, get in touch with the energy of the earth. It is springtime. In Chinese medicine, it's the time when the sap starts to rise energetically in our own bodies and in the plants. There's just so much magic out in nature. And with Venus and Taurus, it's such a good time. Go out, lay on the earth, let all your troubles go. Just go out there, take off your shoes, take a deep breath in, smell the air, find somewhere beautiful to go, smell flowers, buy flowers, decorate your home, bring beauty into your home, bring beauty into your wardrobe, bring beauty into your life. And depending on where you have Taurus in your chart is where Venus will be activating. So if you have Aries rising, Venus will be affecting your second house of finances. If you have Taurus rising, Venus will be affecting your house of identity and self and what you look like. It's a blessing. If you have Taurus on your third house, which means that you will have Pisces rising, then Venus will be affecting your house of communication and self-expression. If you have Venus on the fourth house, which means that you'll have Aquarius rising, then you're going to be all your home. It's a great time to beautify your home, to bring more love into your home, to bring more beauty into your home, your family. If you have Venus on the sixth house, that means that Capricorn will be there on your rising. And Capricorn and Venus on the sixth house is all about bringing beauty into your health and your fitness and your healing, bringing in love. It will be bringing energy of love around finding a good diet to eat, setting up a good routine, finding balance in your life. If you have Sagittarius rising, you'll have Venus affecting your if you have Scorpio rising, you'll have Taurus on your seventh house, which means that relationships, you could be meeting love. You could be meeting a lover with Venus in the seventh house. You could be bringing more love into your already existing relationship. You could be wanting to spoil your partner with a beautiful dinner and flowers and jewelry. Or you could be receiving money from your partner. Your partner could be receiving money. If you have Venus Taurus on your eighth house, that means that you have Sagittarius rising. You're going to have perhaps money from other people come in, because eighth house is all about other people's money. And Venus is the planet of money. So congratulations, you might have some money come in. If you have Libra rising, that's going to put Taurus on the eighth house. So that means money could be coming in from other places. If you want to know what area of your chart Venus will be affecting you, reach out. I'm happy to share that with you. It's just a beautiful time. It's all about beauty. It's all about love. It's all about bringing in love and beauty into our lives. People are going to be wanting to spend their money on beautiful things. So here we go. We've got this eclipse coming up, 40 degrees Pisces, 37 degrees moon, conjunct Jupiter on April 19th. We've got the North Node conjuncting Vesta, and we got the South Node in Virgo. So we're working on challenges around letting go of anxiety, letting go of things having to be perfect, letting go of rigidity, letting go of having to be perfect. With the North Node in Virgo, the South Node in Virgo right now, really letting go of having to be perfect. So if you're someone who has to be perfect, you have to have order, you have to do this and that, it's time to let that go. This year is more about coming into the soul and the spirit and going with the flow, right? And we're also approaching a Mercury conjunct Uranus, which is just, poof, look at that picture. That's really blast off, lots of things happening. So I want to just share with you real quick a little video that shows how this eclipse will be affecting Australia coming up here on April 19th. It's going to be so powerful. I just want to show you how that energy could be, what it will be like. So interesting. They're actually pumped about $10 million into the Australian infrastructure to prepare for this upcoming eclipse. So really powerful. I just wanted to show you this brief video clip. And thanks for hanging in there. I hope this information has been helpful. I hope it's giving you greater clarity about how this eclipse might be affecting you personally. If you want to learn about how this eclipse will be affecting you, please reach out. I'm offering a free 15-minute reading just to tell you what house of your astrology chart, or if you'd like to book a session to do some energy work around how this eclipse may be affecting you, happy to work with you all. And I have a course coming up on the next couple weeks. If you're interested in learning how to read astrological charts, I just finished my first one last year and it went amazing. So here's this video where they're talking about what's going to be happening on the eclipse in Australia.
A once-in-400-year solar spectacle is putting a WA tourist town on the global stage, with accommodation booking out. Infrastructure is being upgraded ahead of next April, when a midday total eclipse will plunge Exmouth into darkness.
It's the surreal celestial event where day turns to night and back again in a matter of minutes. And Exmouth will be the best place on Earth to see next year's solar eclipse.
All eyes of the world will be on Western Australia.
At 11:27 a.m. on the 20th of April, the moon will block the sun, a 3-hour process, but the sun will only be fully hidden for 1 minute. The northwest tourist destination plunged into darkness, the only town in the world to experience totality.
62 seconds will be a total eclipse, when the sun will be blotted out from the sky.
Even though the main event will last just seconds, it's hoped tens of thousands of stargazers will spend at least 5 days in the region.
It's also a great opportunity for us to showcase Western Australia and all that we have to offer.
The state government pumping in an extra $19 million to upgrade local roads, beaches and telecommunications.
There's going to be a lot of media. There's going to be a lot of people that have never been to Exmouth before. So it's certainly going to be a showcase, and the money from the government is certainly going to help.
Accommodation is selling fast and organisers are looking to make more available.
There's work being done to identify alternative campground experiences, even short-term campground.
The eclipse will also be visible from Perth, although it won't be as spectacular. And if you want to take a glimpse, you'll need a pair of these special glasses.
All right, so you can see from that video, really exciting energy with this eclipse coming up. So I'm just going to share a couple more things with y'all, and I really invite you, the most powerful thing we can do when we have these big astrological events with the sun and the moon and Jupiter coming together with an eclipse is to center into our own beingness and connect to our purpose and why we're here. Because it is when we have a strong enough why that we can transform any of the challenges that come our way, because we keep having something to return to that's more important than the challenges, that's more sustaining than the challenges. And so I'm just going to share a couple more things. I want to share with you this really exciting event that will be coming after the eclipse. So after we have this eclipse tomorrow, something to look forward to is on April 21st through 23rd will be the Lyriad meteor showers. And so we have the opportunity to see up to 100 meteors per hour, and will be at its peak April 21st through April 23rd. They advise to look for the Vega star in the Lyra constellation, which is located in the northern hemisphere. And this meteor shower is the oldest viewed meteor shower on the planet, and it dates back to 687 BC, is the first time in recorded history that we were seeing this amazing meteor shower. And it's going to be absolutely beautiful. I actually had a dream 2 weeks before I found out about this of meteors in the sky, shooting through the sky. And it was absolutely beautiful and spectacular. So I hope that you can get out there, you can get to watch some of these showers of light. And I truly want to send you the prayer that we are made of the stars, and that we are here with a purpose, and that everything that's happening in our lives is here to simply guide us ever deeper back to our true source, our true purpose, so that we can live a life in alignment to our destiny. So I send you all so much love. This is so beautiful. What an amazingly powerful time. And I'm so excited to share more information with all of you as we go forwards. I send you all love and light. If you have any questions, you can find me at www.blossomwithlotus.com. And I'll be teaching a course if anyone wants to sign up on how to read your own astrology chart. But really, it's a course about getting in touch with yourself and your purpose and why you're here. And then to clear all the blocks in the way of you blossoming. That's why I call my business Blossom with Lotus, because we are here to blossom. And it takes all the mud that we've been through to enable us to grow. And as we begin to accept and receive that nourishment of our compost, what we've been through, that's when we can truly lift our stems up, dig our roots in deep, and blossom the beautiful blossoming of our souls. So I send you so much love, wishing you the best eclipse activation period. Sending you love and light. May you find balance and ease. May you connect to your soul. May you feel the love and light of the creator of all that is, guiding you through every level and layer of your body and being, through all directions of time and space. Truly, how does it get better than this? What else is possible? And what energy, space, and consciousness can we and our bodies be to truly, deeply, fully open, allow, and receive all the blessings of all the infinite showers of love this universe wishes to bless us with? So much love. Aloha, my friends. May you have the best eclipse next 6 months of your life. Aloha.
Sorry if it's hard to catch my vibe. I need a lover to trust. Tell me you're on my side. Are you up, down for the ride? It's not easy for someone to catch my eye, but I've been waiting for you for my whole damn life, my whole lifetime. Don't be afraid to tell me if you ain't with it. I see you focus, yeah, you're so independent. It's hard for me to open up, I'll admit. You got some shit to say and I'm here to listen. So baby, tell me where your love lies. Waste a day and spend a night.